It is 1:55 around that time, Eastern time. I'm in Indiana. The highway out there is Interstate 70, and I'm heading east, about ready to enter Indianapolis. And needless to say, there's salt on the road. It's 5 degrees. I'm thinking 5 degrees. Yeah. Lots of snow and ice, but the highways are really clear. It is the 1st of January, so Happy New Year to everybody. If you find these videos interesting, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. That's always good. It's the way to get more videos to you. And in today's journal entry of my video, I thought I would share my experience for today. I was going to start my day at around 7 a.m., but that ended up changing. So when I got to my truck, hold on here. There we go. Doing this one-handed, so as often is the case for diesel trucks, our fuel filters can tend to gel, and I should say not the fuel filter, but the fuel itself. And so my tanks on my truck were about less than half full, so I had about, I want to say, 40 gallons of fuel in each tank. And as it has changed now, but when I first took a look at this in the yard, I had started up my truck and it was having some issues. And the line after when I had first experienced this problem was of fuel level was about up to here, and that this morning was the first time I was able to visually see fuel gelled. We always hear about it. You always talk about it, how you need to prevent it from happening. But this morning was the first time I was able to visually see fuel gelling in this fuel filter right here, which is why I like this, because you can actually visually see your fuel. Luckily for me, there is a access point to this, and I actually had the opportunity to test this out. Diesel service, I often use their white bottle for anti-gel, but with how warm things have been this entire year, I have not even had to use that very frequently. But this morning was definitely one of those times where I was having issues. So, long story short, bought a bottle. I took my personal vehicle from the Madison yard, drove over to the Pilot. My fingers are almost numb right now because at 5 degrees it's a little bit cold to stand outside. Purchased that, brought it back to the truck, unscrewed this little filler cap right here, and filled it up with, per the instructions, as close as I could get. Filled up my fuel filter with this diesel 911, and then I poured the remainder, half on each side as best as I could determine, one in this side, the driver's side tank, and the other side in the passenger side. And then followed the instructions, would say to warm up your engine up to cruising temperatures, or the temperatures that your truck normally operates at. And that's what I did. And in order to speed that up, what I did was made a couple laps around the yard in the truck to enable the engine to come to a higher operating temperature more quickly. and also to the movement of the truck, I felt would help agitate the fuel slash additive, anti-gel additive more quickly. Because before that it was just poured straight into the tank. Any type of mixing that would occur would only be from the additive pouring into the tank itself. So I figure, well, I'll drive it around, you know, do a couple laps in the yard. It'll help speed up the warmth of the engine. Wow, my fingers are getting cold. And so it did. Warmed up. These trucks warm up rather quickly. I'm kind of surprised. I'm going to go back inside my truck so I can speak without concentrating on the level of frost on my fingers. Woo! Oh, yeah, numb fingers. Truck's working fine right now. I'm just taking this opportunity during my 30-minute mandatory break to describe what happened this morning. But anyway, it got warmed up, and the fuel started to flow more freely, and allowed me to get up above 3 miles an hour, because the truck was not happy with gelled fuel. Wow! I cleaned my window. Once I got my truck operating to what I felt was up to being able to drive, I traveled 1 mile down the road to the local Pilot, bought the regular diesel additive, not just the 911 that I'd used to get rid of the gelling of the fuel. I bought their regular white bottle because what I did is also added fresh fuel that wasn't gelled with the additional additive, and things have run like a charm since. So I guess what I'm saying is that diesel 911 stuff really works, or at least my personal experience after using it. It did what it said. Now, during my last few minutes here, I've got a load of steel bar. It's going to Ohio, delivers tomorrow. So I get to travel on the 1st of January. How grateful am I? It's very hard to see because of this awesome tarp job, but anyway, I've got a bulkhead here, and the cool thing about loading at Maverick's Fort Smith yard inside is that they help you build your bulkhead, and they load their product right up firmly against it, so it's at its maximum efficiency. But bulkheads are, you know, how good is it going to be when you come to a dead stop with 47,000 pounds of steel bar on it? But yeah, this is what we call shiny bar or oiled bar. And it's a strap only load, so lots of straps, lots of tarps, keep it nice and protected so I can deliver it in I'll have to look it up. Melbourne? Maybe that's not it. I want to say Melbourne, Ohio, but I could be wrong. Anyway, whew, it is some portions of the pavement are ice and snow free, and other parts are not. So I try to step efficiently so I can do what I need to do. So anyway, pardon me, I will finish up this video, close everything up, get back inside my truck because it's like lunchtime for me. So I'll make me a sandwich or maybe some hot soup, because I have a kettle now to boil water. Makes it really efficient. But that is it. If you ever wanted to know if this stuff works, in my opinion, it does. I was quite surprised. So I will remember that in the future. Now keep in mind, this bottle of product runs typically in the Pilot stores I go to $19. So, but if it's an emergency, I mean, it says it treats 250 gallons of fuel, but which is funny because on the instructions it says to pour the entire bottle in a 100-gallon tank. So I mean, okay, but it works. I like it. Till next time, enjoy your new year. Hopefully 2018 is really good for you.